Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for viewing today. Welcome to the channel. I am Majaya. So, again, my channel is focused on financial well being. If you follow my channel, I will be able to help you if you are in your 30s to even if you are older than that, I will be able to help you financially save and grow your wealth from zero to $250,000 in 25 years. And also, $500,000 if you make more. And that is for the lowest wage. The next thing is this channel is about health and physical health and about mental health. Less stress in your life, and then spiritual. So this is the second part of who is the real Hebrew Israelites. And so this subject today is not going to deal with and bring it from the Bible about who we are. I dealt with that in part 1. And so this is about how do you gain your blessings? How do you gain your inheritance that is waiting for you, that is set up for you, that Satan has his claws in? So we're going to discuss this. Now, you may already know some of the texts in the Bible about doing certain things and receiving blessings. Well, I'm going to go from a different part. Now, you already, this inheritance is already yours. It's being held up by Satan. And Satan, who is Babylon, who is being orchestrated. Satan is orchestrating Babylon, and Babylon is controlling and taking all of your wealth for herself. Now, we're not going to get into who Babylon is today, but later on in the third series. So, what do you do to gain your wealth? Well, first, you have to know who you are. That is paramount, because knowing who you are is going to connect this relationship for you with God. Now, you may not know exactly, and not everybody is going to know the same time, but you have to know you're a child of the living God. You might not know you're a Hebrew Israelite, but you have to know you're a child of the living God. And that's important. The other information was hidden, and so you can't really know. Just like if you were born and people took away your name and changed it to another name, you wouldn't know, and sometimes you wouldn't even know they changed it. So that's what happened with the Hebrew part. But the other part is you can see that you were created. Your parents was created and they had you, which is still part of creation. And so you can know that way that you're a child of the Creator, the living God. And so that is number one. Number two, not only knowing, which is still number one, I'm sorry, you have to be able to accept this knowledge and act on it. So that's the side. And now, this is the second part, prayer. Now, I have put a prayer in my videos, and I highly suggest you use that prayer. That prayer is like no other. It's not a selfish prayer like people think of and pray. They always praying for themselves, their family, and blah, blah, blah. But most of the stuff they pray is all canceled. But this prayer is gonna open your relationship to God. It's gonna connect your relationship. That is, and so I suggest you use that. And if you can't find it in my videos, I would say, I think you could type in the Lord's Prayer, but anyway, it's the Lord's Prayer, so Google it. Third thing, so pray that prayer like 3 times a day, or at least twice. Third, the commandments of God. The commandments of God is so important that people have thrown out. And it says, after you, and this was against the prosperity teaching, so after you have done the will of God, which is his commandments, then you shall receive the promise. So it's conditional. So therefore, the commandments. The commandments is found in Exodus 20th chapter, starting in verse 1 through 20 something. But focus. A lot of them are self-explanatory. And a lot of them we have been taught. But this one have been left out, the fourth one. So focus on that. Line yourself up with these commandments, especially the fourth one. The fourth one, give God the authority. The fourth one, you are giving God his honor. The fourth one, you are giving God, you are acknowledging God's position. You are acknowledging him as him or her. He's a spirit. It's a spirit. You acknowledging, for the lack of a better word, you are acknowledging that he is the creator, for the lack of a better word. Okay, so therefore, because we, if anybody, the head is got to be a male figure, but God did not say that, at anywhere. If anywhere it says that, probably was a man written there. But anyway, so give God the authority to be the creator. That's in the fourth commandment. And it has been changed. It was changed by the Catholic Church, and they will tell you that they changed it. And I know this is surprising to people, and I do not have the time to go on to it, but study it yourself. Study to show yourself approval. And so, after you've kept the commandments, God is going to begin to speak into your spirit things to do. where to invest. This is not saying you're not going to make any mistakes. This is not saying any of that, because God is going to try you, and He's going to ready you. And when God allows something to happen to you, for instance, you lose your money, it's not for your bad. It's for you to understand and still depend and lean on Him and still trust Him. And then, in order so you can teach others, you have to learn how to listen to God. So God is going to show you these things. And He's going to show you the people to look to, the people to listen to. You know, when I started the journey about Hebrews, and I was trying to look and find, it's not that I wanted anybody to connect with, it's that I wanted, like to follow them, to follow their message. But when I see that they have not accepted the fourth commandment, I know they did not have all the answers. But I'm not putting them down. They came a long ways, and they have a little ways to go. I'm not putting them down, but I'm just saying God is not going to give this information about finances to anyone who won't accept His fourth commandments, because that is His authority. He will help you, but He's not going to give you all the right strategies. Not that He's going to not give you anything, because God work with you where you're at, as long as you are on the path. And so, not saying they're not on the path, but I was just saying they did not have all the answers. And I did not want to, go follow them and giving them all my allegiance and support. But anyway, I still appreciate what they've done and how far they have came. But I just want you to be careful at who you follow and look to for financial advice, because a lot of people don't have it. For one thing, I've looked at hundreds, maybe even thousands of videos of people to help people build financial wealth. I never heard one say pray. I never heard one say keep the commandments. Now that's important. If you don't think it is, I'm sorry. This is probably not the right channel. But it is the right channel, because you need to get that into your mind, into your heart. Your heart is really here. It's essential. But you definitely need to accept that you have to keep the commandments to be able to build your wealth. That you have to pray for a relationship with God to be able to build your wealth for real. And so, I don't want to go on too further, but do those things. Like I say, accept you're a child of God. Pray. Keep the commandments. And God will begin to give you directions of what to do. I will tell you this as a testimony. God have given me instructions. If I had followed them, I would be a multimillionaire.